Hey folks, Twisted Christian here. Today I'm going to do the intro to Prophet Johnny's Currency 365 video. They thought we would fold, but we tripled down. With everything that you see going on right now within the news media, stock market, cryptocurrency markets, seems pretty crazy. But you know what? We've been sharing in the wealth transfer community all these events that are taking place. We expected this to happen. Going back to what Prophet Solomon was saying about the manipulators and the whales and how they're causing it to go up and down so they can take advantage. We've heard Prophet Robin discuss, I think about a month ago, which I talked about a brief financial crisis that is coming. And I believe that we are at that part where when it seems like the cryptocurrency industry is going to take off, it goes down. And this is by design. This is done on purpose. And so that's why I'm at the point where I've quadrupled down. I'm not selling off any of my assets that I have in there. I'm not going to cancel my sell limit orders to sell off or my buy limit orders because of fear. And there's a lot of people that are fearing right now. They're selling everything off. They're moving one crypto into another crypto because they think that this crypto is going to do better, but the whole market is down. I see a lot of people out there making mistakes. We are at the point to where we just need to hold. Because you know what, folks? What we've been sharing in the wealth transfer community is that God is getting ready to set a trap. And there's only one way that you can transfer the wealth of the wicked to the hands of the righteous. There's only one way you can do it. Right now, the whales and the manipulators have put themselves into position to try to take your money. And one thing that you cannot fearing to sell, and they start reaching our pricing points, especially before crypto winter. When that time comes and you don't sell, you're going to regret a lot of things when crypto winter happens because you're going to be waiting a very long time. And there's nothing wrong with buying and holding if you know you're going to weather the storm. But the trap that God is setting, it's specific with specific instructions. And that's the reason why we've been getting the pricing points to prepare you. The only thing that the prophets had to say is buy and hold. Wait till we get through crypto winter. Wait till we go through all the ups and downs while the world is cashing out and getting their wealth transfer. That's why it's important, folks. And I try to share. You have to put yourself in a position to learn. And that whatever time that you can sacrifice by going to YouTube and how to do this and how to do that on this platform or that platform, or how does this cryptocurrency work, you have to do the research. When the cryptocurrency markets really take off, it's going to pull up the entire cryptocurrency markets. And we've been given the pricing points for crypto winter before the event. And a lot of these pricing points that we're getting, some of them we don't know if they're before or for after crypto winter. Some of them we do know. And hopefully that we will not have to make a video like this again, because now we know. We know the steps. We know the prophetic words. We shouldn't fear. We shouldn't get angry. It's just a matter of just waiting and doing everything you can to bring people into the wealth transfer. Doing everything you can to find every dollar, every nickel, every dime that you can put in. And I truly believe the cryptocurrency industry is going to give more wealth than the stock market will ever give. So we have to continue to put ourselves into position and keep pushing. There is a reason why I put out certain videos or certain things, or like in the last video that I put out about Shiba Inu and how we need to get people signed up. People question because I didn't bring up any of the prophetic or any of the prophetic voices in that particular video. But that was done on purpose. When you see God's plan and what we're supposed to do and how we're supposed to partake, you will understand that God has set a trap and we are the bait. And when the trap is sprung, the whales, the manipulators, are not going to be able to move. And you'll see, it's going to be a time of great, unprecedented wealth. Prophet Johnny did say there's no excuse really not to have any wealth if you've been putting in, if you've been buying, you've been setting yourself up. And one of the things, folks, it's not just about Shiba Inu, but it's about the entire cryptocurrency market. Because the Bitcoin manipulators, when that time comes, when it goes over 100,000 and it drops down to zero and fluctuates between zero and 20,000, flashing back and forth, up and down, up and down, up and down. That's why we set up things the way that we did and why we were given instructions on what to do and where it was going to happen at specifically. And I'm very encouraged by all of this, and I want you guys to be encouraged by all of this, that things are getting ready to change, folks. 2022 is not going to be the same as 2021 for you or 2020. I don't care what your financial position is. I don't care if you're poor, middle class, or you already have a lot of money. You're going to have even more money. You're going to have unprecedented wealth to all of those who are involved in the wealth transfer. So hopefully, folks, that I have encouraged you. So I'm going to go ahead and play the video from Prophet Johnny, Currency 365. They thought we would fold, but we tripled down. So listen to this, and hopefully that this gives you additional encouragement. And that's all I have, folks, for today. God bless. TC out.
Okay. Welcome back to Currency 365. Hope you guys are doing well. All right. I'm just going to do a video here, a quick video. It's about a 10-minute video or less. And we're just going to talk about what's going on with the 365 crew and what's been going on in the reset, the wealth transfer, the reset, and all the global reset and all the other things that are going on. And so, one of the things that happened was that they thought the cabal elites and the CCP and the enemy thought that we were going to fold by now. They didn't think that we were going to triple down. They thought we were going to fold. Now, let's be clear. Many people folded in this last 10, 15 years. Okay. I've been in the dinar since 2004. 2004, folks. I've been in and out of the dinar since 2004. That's a long time. Okay. That's a long time. That's coming up on 20 years in a couple That's 20, oh, that's 18 years I've been in and out of the Iraqi dinar. Yes, I did make money on the Iraqi dinar. So I don't have the same I don't, some people are very angry at the dinar because it hasn't revalued to the point that they wanted to, because the dinar has revalued over the last 18 years. It just hasn't revalued to where the gurus and people have wanted to revalue it. So they're very angry at the Iraqi dinar. But I have benefited off tremendously off of the Iraqi dinar, as you guys should know, right? I do YouTube, I do Patreon. I've also exchanged the Iraqi dinar for a nice profit because I bought my original ones I bought in 2004. I sold those ones for a nice profit in 2009 or 2009. And then I rebought several years later and then started the YouTube channels, and then I got out again and I got back in, I got out again, and now I've been back in for a couple of years now. I've been in and I'm not selling ever until it happens, right? Until the event happens. I'm not letting go of my dinars until the event happens. I'm not selling my dinars for cryptos, in which I could have done that. I could have sold my cryptos for Shiba Inu back in the maybe back in summertime or springtime. That would have been a really good move. Hindsight 2020 though, right now that we see, that would have been a really good move. But, at the same time, you always want to be diversified. Always, you never know what's going to come out, what's going to happen. So always diversify, never being heavy in one thing only or two things. Make sure you're diversified because you never know what's going to happen at any moment, right? So even though, yeah, I could have probably been, I probably would have made over $10 million by now if I did that, or maybe even more on Shiba Inu if I had sold in the spring spring and got into Shiba very cheap with when it had 9 zeros or 8 zeros or whatever the case may be, and it dropped 3 zeros, and I would have made, maybe 10, 15, $20 million, whatever the case. You know what I mean? So but that wasn't for me, because if it was for me, I would have done it, right? So some things are not for you at the moment, right? So it is what it is. Sometimes you miss opportunities. Sometimes you want to stay disciplined in the things you do for the men, because you have a long-term outlook. Okay, so that's where we are. Some people folded in the movement, in this journey, and but a lot of us are still here. A lot of us are still here, and they're shocked. They're shocked that we're still here. Because by now they would have, they're probably telling themselves, man, we delayed this thing and delayed it. We try to mock these people. We try to make these people look like false prophets and all, and yet they're continuing to grow. They're continuing to grow. They're continuing to get stronger. Their beliefs are getting stronger. Everything about them is getting stronger. They're prospering now on other things. That's got to make the enemy mad. That's got to make the cabal and the enemies mad, because they thought by now we would have all of us would have given up. We would have been blaming God. We would have been yelling at God. We would have turned our backs on God and went back into the world of sin and destruction. And we did not do that. We did not do that. Okay, and so they're shocked that we did not fold. We tripled down. Okay, we tripled down and said we're standing on the promises of God, and we're going to also now expand ourselves into other things. So we went into cryptos, we went into stocks, we went into dividends, we went into crypto staking, we went into, some of you guys are in yield farming. You need to be careful about that, because they can rug pull at any moment. So many people have been devastated and wiped out clean on yield farming, so be careful on that. And if they don't rug pull, they might tank the coin that you're getting for the yield farming. They could tank that coin down to zero, right? And then it's over, and then so you lose everything that way as well. So there's a couple ways to screw people over in yield farming, so be careful about that. But there's other things that people got into. People started buying gold and silver, physical gold and silver, not the fake contracts that you're not going to be able to get your real gold and silver from, right? And so all these things we've been doing, and we've been building up and becoming our own central bank. The enemy didn't think we would know this information. They didn't think we would understand it. And so now they're stuck in a rock and a hard place, because now if they don't move, and they don't send these markets up, and they don't revalue the currencies and stuff, everything can implode. So now they must do what they didn't want to do in the first place, right? So now they're gonna have to send the markets up. They're gonna have to, they're gonna have to do the moonshots, right? They with us in it, because we're not budging, right? They're gonna have to do the moonshot in the cryptos. They're gonna have to send the stock markets to high, very high, right? And now they also know that we know how to combat ourselves, and protect ourselves during the crash, and we know how to make money during the crash. So now they're more pissed off on that as well, right? And then it's like, man, now these guys got physical gold and silver as well. So the enemy thought we would fold and go away and go back to our 9 to 5s, and go back to misery and poverty. And we did not do that. We stood the test of time, folks. And I'm happy for you. And you know what's funny is that when I talk like this, people say that's boasting. That's unbelievable. So people can mock you, and slander you, and that's okay. But when we talk about how we stood the test of time, and we are still here, and the enemy wanted us to fold, that's boasting? I don't think so. I think people are so pissed. People are being sent by the enemy to comment in the comment section. We'll get them out of here. Don't worry about it, guys and girls. We will get them. When I see it with my own eyes, I will get them out of here. Okay, so don't worry about that. But the enemy, the people are sending the enemy to us to try to discourage us. But it's not. But that's how we know we're winning. When the enemy sends people to discourage us, and say things like that to us, we know we're winning. We just have to continue to hold on, go through the fire, go through the chaos, and all the darkness, and we will come into the light in Yeshua's name. So don't even worry about it. We are still here. We're tripling down on our investments. We were standing there. We diversified our investment as God told us to do. We have everything that God told us to have. The reset currencies, the physical gold and silver. Some of you guys got real estate and land that God told you to get, and some other things and whatever else things that you guys have. We have it. We're in cryptocurrencies as well. We got everything that we need, and we can, and we're just standing on God's words, and we're just waiting patiently for the things to take place. And we are in good hands. We are on the winning side, and the enemy does not like that. The enemy hates that we know the information. The enemy hates that we have prepared ourselves. The enemy wants us to be lottery ticket mindset people and phase out and say this will never happen. I got to get out of here. I'm selling everything. I'm going back to my 9 to 5 job, and I'm just gonna sit there all day and be miserable with my life and just accept what my misery is. We're not those people. We're legends. We're legendary, and that's what we are right now, and that's what we're gonna continue to be in the future. We're not the 99%. We are the 1%. We are the 1%. See, the people that come to this channel and they want to say stuff like, you're doing this, you're doing that, or you're this, or that, they are part of the 99%. They're not the 1%. Your mindset, you cannot tell me how to think when I'm an elite. You can't tell an elite how to think, my dude or my girl. You want me to think as a 9 to 5 worker or a person that is a normal mindset person that believes in the beast system. I'm not part of the beast system. We are elites over here. I don't think like everybody else, as you can see, and that frustrates you. So that's why you always say, well, you need to think this way. Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Everybody's trying to tell me what to do. It frustrates them that a person and other people that are in the 365 crew can do whatever we want. We don't care what the world thinks. Somebody tried to send me something. I said, I don't care what the world thinks, man. We do what we want. We are elites. And that's the mindset I've been trying to, even on Patreon, people are like, hey, watch this, do that, hey, say this. We are elites. We do what we want. you know, and that's the mindset that I'm putting into people. We are elites. We do what we want. We don't have managers. We don't have supervisors. We don't have coworkers. We do what we want. Okay, and so that's the mindset you need to have. You cannot have that somebody needs to overlook you and watch over you mindset when you get this money. You need to be in a mindset of I am the boss. I do what I want. And that's it. Point blank and simple. It's your legacy. Don't let somebody else determine your legacy or run your legacy. It's your legacy. At the end of the day, it will be your fault if you don't get it done. Not the person that's controlling you, not the puppeteers. You see what's going on with all these puppets out here, all in this government? Look at their legacies. Look what's going on in all these countries that people are rising up. That's their legacy. These entities, these puppets that are in these governments, their legacies are being tarnished because they're puppets. And the people pulling the strings are not the ones that are being blamed. It's the people that are in those positions. So stop letting people determine your legacy. You are going to determine your legacy. You determine your legacy, not the puppeteers, not your supervisor, not your coworkers, not your boss. You determine your legacy. If no one is talking about you and no one is talking great things about you, then you talk great things about you. You leave a legacy that people can remember about you. Don't let other people determine your legacy and write your legacy. You tell your legacy. You tell your story. You tell your stuff that you have done. You remind people because no one else will. And many people want to talk to you in a negative way. Well, we'll talk to you. We'll talk about you in a positive way over here. Okay? If people want to clown and mock, we'll talk to you. We'll talk about you in a positive way over here. You're a legend. You're an elite. Let's act like it. Let's move like it. Let's think like it. They thought we would be done by now. They thought it would be over by now. They thought, oh, these people would be done. We got them. Delay, and the dinar evaluation and all these other things, and Vietnamese dong and all these other delay in silver prices going up, delay in gold prices going up. They thought we would be done, but we have tripled down and said, bring it on. We have extreme patience now. We're legends now. We have diversified. And we have multiple ways to make us money while we wait. Now in this 2022, they're in a rock and a hard place. Their system is crashing, and people are waking up. The time is ticking on them. They're losing the war. And they know that. And by the time we hit February 1st, the entire world will know that they're losing. Write that down, by the way, because this is usually for Patreon, but write that down. By February 1st, the entire world will know that they're losing the war. Because right now the world doesn't know. Many people in the world don't even know we're in a war. By February 1st, the entire world will know that they're losing the war. At least here in America. I don't know about the other countries, but here in America, everyone will know that they are losing the war. It will no longer be hidden in the darkness or surprise. Or in Currency 365 says, oh, we're winning the war. Like, what does he mean by that? You will know by February 1st. Might want to write that down. We're legends. And legends never die, by the way. They stay right in our hearts. God bless.